guys, Ivy here for Tarot Tuesdays. This is for March 8th, and actually was halfway through recording this the first time, and I got really emotional about the cards, and then felt like I wasn't gonna give you guys a good experience of tarot. So we're gonna start over, and we're just gonna jump in. The question that I am answering today was from someone here in Missoula who is thinking about quitting their job and was wondering if there were any emotional or energetic aspects that might be important to know about quitting their job. And so the first card that I pulled was Ten of Wands. Again, Wands is the energy card. And the Ten of Wands in particular represents a burnout and taking on more than you can handle and sort of just feeling so burdened and weighted down by responsibilities, energetic responsibilities, that the path ahead is obscured. And in the classic Waite-Smith deck, the image on this card tends to be somebody who's got such a heavy load on their back that they're leaning and hunched forward, so much so that they don't even see where they're going anymore. So this would certainly indicate to me that a change is necessary and probably important and most likely overdue. The next card I pulled was also very interesting. That card is the Hanged Man. And in this deck, the Wild Unknown, which is one of my favorite decks, they have a bat representing the Hanged Man. And one of the women who I love so much who does tarot reviewed this deck and I think pointed out in a really lovely way the symbolism of the bat being important for the Hanged Man, because it in part represents the idea that in order to take flight and fly out of your bat cave, you have to simply let go and trust that when you make the sacrifice of letting go, that you are going to end up right side up and everything is going to be okay, but there is sort of a leap of faith involved. In traditional tarot, the Hanged Man is just like it sounds. It's a man hanging down by his foot from a tree branch. His other leg makes kind of a figure four, if you can picture that. Ooh, I don't know how to do that. The four is supposed to be representing some sense of stability and control. And the idea that he is there on purpose would indicate there is some waiting or some suspension and or new perspectives or just different perspectives that that person might have. And again, I think the energy in this deck with this card is not needing to cling to that control, not needing to worry what's going to happen next, and taking some chances and just seeing things from a new perspective or doing something from a new perspective and letting go. Obviously, I think these cards would indicate this person's definitely ready for a change and is probably overdue for a change, but also might be having a hard time just taking the next leap. The third card that I pulled, I think, was a lovely way to end this off. This is the Nine of Wands, and similarly, Wands again, energetic. And this card's a really interesting card because it indicates that you're really close to reaching the finish line and that you've probably survived a lot of hardships, and yet you are still moving one foot in front of the other and climbing the staircase. It's also a card that tends to show up when we need extra reminders to maintain really good boundaries and to protect our energy because we are so close to the finish line. Again, in the traditional Waite-Smith deck, this usually has an image of a guy who's sort of weary from battle. He's got like a bandage around his head and kind of slumped up against the staff, and like he's weathered, he's hardened, he's been through some stuff, but the battle's not quite over yet, and he's finding some stamina to keep going. And this card would certainly represent the idea that you're getting really, really, really near to the end. Don't give up, keep going, you've got this stamina, and also keep in mind you need to protect the energy that you do have left so that it's sustainable. So I would say between these three cards, it's pretty clear to me this person's probably due for a change, probably has been due for a change for quite some time, maybe a little bit fearful about what's going to happen when they let go of the control or the comfort, or stability, predictability that they've been used to for so long. And I think too, the Hanged Man sometimes just represents ambivalence in a sense, or it could be waiting. I think it's interesting that I picked this deck out today, because in this deck in particular, the bat's definitely symbolic of that letting go, of needing to control. So, and then I think finishing up with, you are almost there and something really awesome is probably waiting for you, and don't give up, keep going. Okay, so that is Tarot Tuesday. If any of you guys have a question you want answered with tarot, I'd be happy to do that. Just send me a personal message, and we'll see you guys again in a week.